I'd like to call to order the May 8th, 2025 meeting of the Culver Town Council. Before we get started, I'd like to remind everyone that this meeting is being recorded and your participation in this meeting is your consent to be rebroadcast on the Culver channel. Also, if you've had any type of electronic device, if you'd either put it on airplane or turn it off, it would be appreciated. Roll call, please.
William Clevenger.
Present.
Justin Croy.
Here.
Jeannie Monroe. Here. Dana Neer.
Here.
Kelly Ricciardi.
Delivery, please join me for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, we have the approval of the minutes of the April 24th meeting of the Culver Town Council. Councilors, have you had a chance to review the minutes? Are there any addition or correction?
Motion to approve.
Ms. Monroe moves to approve the minutes. In a second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Croy. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Public concern, utility and ordinance violation and appeals. Anyone in the room for any of those items? Anyone online? Next is public dialogue. Anyone in the room wish to address the council? Anyone online wish to address the council?
There's no one online.
There's no one that think of it. Old business. Do we have any old business for the council? New business. First, we have a proclamation. For National Police Week. Whereas in 1962, President Kennedy proclaimed May 15th as National Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the calendar week in which May 15th falls is National Police Week. And whereas the members of law enforcement agency of the town of Culver play an important role in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of the citizens of our community. And whereas our community, and whereas it's important that all citizens know and understand the duties, responsibilities, hazards, sacrifices of their law enforcement agency, and that members of our law enforcement agency recognize their duty to serve and protect all members of the town community. Whereas the members of the Culver Police Department provided unceasingly vital public services. Now, therefore, I, William Clevenger, Town Council President of the Town of Culver, State of Indiana, do hereby recognize the week of May 11th to May 17th as National Police Week and extend appreciation to Police Chief Wayne Bean, Officer Chad Becker, Officer Larry Jolly, Officer Neil Wallace, and Officer Alex Zerbe, as well as Officers Brad Howe and Jay Salinas, for their vital services they perform, their exemplary dedication to the community they serve. Witness my hand and seal of the State of Indiana on the 8th day of May 2025. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Proclamation to designate May 18th to 24th, 2025 as National EMS Week. Whereas in 1974, President Ford proclaimed the third week of May every year as National Emergency Services Week. And whereas the members of the Emergency Medical Service of the town of Culver play an important role in providing free hospital care to the residents and visitors of our community. And whereas emergency medical services care for their communities and are first, fast, and fearless in their fight along with their partners in public safety, Culver Police and Culver Fire Department. Whereas members of the Culver EMS went above and beyond in caring for our community as they are courageously faced with an ever-challenging pandemic that not only put themselves in potential danger, but unknowingly their families as well. And now therefore I, William Clevenger, town president of the town, or town council president of the town of Culver, state of Indiana, do hereby recognize the week of May 18th to May 24th as National Emergency Services Week, and extend appreciation to the paramedics and EMTs and all emergency service personnel for the vital services they perform and their exemplary dedication to our community they serve. Witness my hand and seal of town of Culver, Indiana, 8th day of May, 2025. Congratulations. Thank you. Next, an agenda is resolution 2025-003. Approve and authorize transfer of local match funds to local road and bridge matching fund.
Yes, this is a requirement of the Community Crossing Grant Matching Fund that we move the funds that are paying, the matching funds that are paying for the project into that local road and bridge matching grant. And so I'm requesting to move $47,260 from Motor Vehicle Highway Fund, $47,260 for the Motor Vehicle Highway Restricted Fund, $64,200 from the Local Road and Street Fund, and then $85,000 from the General Fund, which is in the Street Department budget, $46,950 from the Sewer Fund, and $46,950 from the Stormwater Fund. And we discussed this back, I think, in December. I showed kind of how we were going to pay for it, and these funds match that, and they've all been budgeted.
Motion to approve resolution 2025/003, authorizing Karen to transfer the funds to the local match.
Mr. Monroe moves to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Muir. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Department reports, emergency services. Michael?
Yes, thank you. Council, hopefully you all have time to read over the email I sent you this week. It's regarding the striker contract, striker preventive maintenance that we kind of talked about last month. Did you guys have any questions about that email?
Are there any other, have we looked into any other companies or just Stryker?
I looked into some of the, I got your email. I couldn't find anything really in Warsaw. There are some side companies that talking to some other departments that may service some different pieces of equipment, but I really feel like we need Stryker taking care of our Stryker stuff. Yeah. I didn't really find anything that I think would work what we need. So I had the two options. We talked about the contract, 3-year contract, which was almost $11,000 a year. I talked to the Stryker people again, and they said that they can come out without the contract and do the preventative maintenance, and it would run us about $500 per piece of equipment. And again, we have about 8 pieces of equipment that they would have to service. So they could come out and do the service. It's going to be about $4,000 on, roughly, right in that ballpark. And that's if they don't have to replace it. As of today, all of our equipment is in great shape. I don't have any issues with our batteries, having any issues with batteries for the next year. So we won't have to replace any batteries. It's going to run us around $4,000 roughly. They couldn't say for sure, but they said it'd be probably $500 per piece of equipment. And that's if they don't have to repair it. So those are the two options. And I feel like with the condition of the equipment as of today, I think we'd be safe not doing a contract and just let them come out and do the service. even if they've got to replace a couple hydraulic issues on a cot, which we're not having. But I'm not the service guy, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it would take a bit to get all the way to that $10,000 options. I think that's a good recommendation.
Yeah.
Since there's not a contract that would be involved, are we just authorizing the preventative maintenance with the company, more or less?
Since there's not a set amount,
Yeah.
Does that have to do anything with warranty for those parts? Does your warranty cover that you have to have them serviced?
Yeah, most of the warranty is about like on the cots and the power loads are a year, and we're outside. We're outside that. The one power load's under it, but everything else is outside the warranty, of course.
Well, and if something had to be completely replaced, we'd just be back to talk about the cost of that.
Start back over. And they have a special person that comes from physio control. Stryker acquired physio control, who does all the cardiac monitors and the AEDs. Stryker acquired physio control back in 2016. So Stryker takes care of the monitors, but an actual true physio control technician comes out to do the monitors. That's different than a cot or a power load. The monitor's a whole different situation. But that's all part of that same cost.
So you're looking for permission to enter into the $4,000 contract?
Yeah, it's not a contract.
Or
That's going to be an estimate. That's an estimate. So yeah, I guess I'm asking, can I contact Stryker, have the maintenance people come out, and hopefully it's in that range of 4,000. And then of course, like I said, if they find little, if there's a wheel busted on a cot, which I haven't seen, there could be little tweaks or it could be little things that they may have to repair that could, up the cost by a couple $100, but it's still going to be I would have to think way under that, the 10,008 for the contract. So,
I'm good with authorizing that we contact Stryker and have the preventative maintenance done as needed.
okay.
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Monroe makes a motion to go with Mr. Shardy seconds the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Pose same sign.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Fire.
I got a little update on the fire sirens, the two that are down. Bob's helping that we've got them down and they're being reworked at about $900 a pop. And then that talking with Kevin and Bob and trying to get ahead of this thing instead of something going down. Went ahead and tried to order some motors because all these machines are the same age and they're all falling apart at a rate of this one to this one. Then we end up having to wait 4 to 6 weeks to get parts for these. So what I want to do is go ahead and order some motors and have them on the shelf. Have battery backup repairs and a logistic board. So if something would happen to go out, we can put these things back in order like now. Instead of waiting for them to break down, then waiting 4 to 6 weeks to get parts. And that bill's like, we're guessing around $8,500. That's gonna put us in a preventative. We can put back together at least 2 sirens with 100% parts inside.
Is that for the two that went down, Terry, or for future
The 2
ones?
future ones,
Yeah.
the 2 that went down, they're like 900, depending on what they find inside. They're rewiring them, rebuilding the motor for $900. We didn't know which way to go, so we decided to try it this way first to see how the rebuilt motor goes compared to having brand new.
Rebuilds half the cost. Having a conversation with Bob and Terry, it's just the shipping rates take so long, or it takes so long to get parts that if we have an event and we're not there or it's out, if we're waiting on that, it's just, I'd rather have them on the shelf.
I think
For
those
one, if not 2.
I think those 2 been underground for at least 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Going out or longer, they've been down long.
It's one of those things that gap in service is not one you really want to experience, I think.
maybe in the dead of winter, but
Right.
not this time.
Funny how it works. When you find out that they're not working is when they should be working. Yeah. Perfect law.
So I guess I'd like to be able to spend the 8,500 to get the parts. The other ones fall under the regular line items, so I don't have a problem with that. But the 8,500 is what we wanted. I told Bob to order. Hopefully he did because we didn't have to wait on them. I didn't think you guys would have an issue with me getting parts that I 99% sure that I'm short.
I have a motion to approve the $8,500 expenditure.
Motion.
Mr. Muir moves,
I'll second.
Ms. Monroe seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Pose same sign. Is there anything else?
No, that's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wayne,
Should have got my monthlies in your box. Have our filled in written test schedule for our applicants. Thanks. And went down, Kevin and I talked about the Narcan box, hadn't been installed yet, but went down to look at it, but it's not there yet. Well,
Oh, for the health department.
It's a, it is up. I got a picture of it installed and let's.
If it's not there, it's been removed already. We didn't see it.
Did you look on the north wall?
Northeast corner of the building.
Yeah. North wall, northeast corner.
Oh, wow.
Is it inside or outside?
No, it's outside on the north
Oh,
wall.
it's outside.
It's outside.
I thought it was in.
No.
No. You may have taken
No, it's okay. It's conspicuous.
a look again,
Thanks. Scared me a little bit.
but that's all I have.
thank you very much. Mark,
All of our elevator work that we asked, for the money for last month has been completed. We passed inspection. We had to do a few minor things, but we passed before even the things were done. They came back yesterday and turned it on. Owen's been busting his butt at, doing piers. They're looking good and, he got everybody certified that needed to be for lifeguarding this weekend. So we're fully staffed. Our lifeguards are certified. Got orientation coming up and our opening day is the 24th. So,
Around weekend.
yeah. And then I was asked by Karen Schuman to ask you for permission for a pier spot for the CYC auction that I believe she's done for multiple years. So if I can have your permission to go ahead and to her.
Yeah, and so the pier spot that Karen sent me something for, we have a pier spot 51, it's close to the shore. One that we've traditionally used in the past for the auction, it's open. So it would be that pier slip, it would be a beach pass and a kayak spot that they're asking for the auction. Things that are important that I gave them a map showing the spot for the auction so people know what they're bidding on. 'Cause it's not what we would consider a premium spot, with A4, A5ers. And the amount value is close to around $1,800 when I calculate, so the council has an understanding of that. There's a bit of minimum bid of 100, would be really surprised. If it doesn't go for more than the 1,800 amount, so that's the request. Oh, it's a, thank you, Karen. It is for a 1 year,
Yes.
1 year only.
1 year.
Karen keeps reminding me of that. I appreciate you. Yes, 1 year only.
You don't want them to raise $100,000, in other words.
No. So again, asking for approval.
I scared Kevin the other day because I told him I gave, I'm like, why are we asking for permission for a beach pass and a kayak? I just gave one to, the last auction. He was like, you gave a pier spot away? I'm like, no, I didn't know a pier space was involved in that. So we're all on the same page.
We're all on the
Just
same page.
pier space.
So this one does have.
do I have a motion for the
Great. How many years have we done that?
There was a lapse, but Amber made it a practice for a while. I can't speak towards the data, but there was a few times they've done that, and
I could ask,
it's about.
at Lake House and find out how many years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if I should vote on this because I actually helped them with the auction.
You may want to reconsider.
Yeah, so since I'm so involved in the auction, I'll recuse myself.
CYC, so maybe I should as well. In which case.
So we got it.
I'm not involved. Karen Schuman's my boss. So.
Listen, people, we need to vote here.
It's up to Sally.
Sally, up or down?
I'll make a motion to approve pier space and kayak and beach pass for the, auction.
All right, Mr. Shardy moves. for the
Thank you.
Beach pass, kayak. and whatever else it is. Is there a second? Do you dare second?
I'll second. Kevin, I can't vote, so I'll second.
Well, all those in favor, kid?
Yeah, aye.
Aye.
And we thank what little council.
Anything else, Amber?
Crystal, no.
We used to
Old
see
habit.
Amber out there.
Gotta look out.
Yeah, okay. Utilities, Bob?
Only thing I have is a quote from Hawk for our water testing instrument. We use it to water plant. It's aged itself out. They will no longer calibrate it and or fix it. I didn't bring it with me, but Kevin's got
I have it
one.
for $6,996. It was part of the IDM report as well. If I'm not,
Not this one.
Not this one?
That's the wastewater.
thank you, sir.
This is
Yeah,
water.
no, there
This
we
is
go.
water.
Yes, it is. I just read that. Thanks. I want to see if I can say this. Spectrophotometer. Yeah, there you go.
Photometer.
There you go.
You butchered it.
Well, you can read it for $6,900. We're asking for the approval. This is essential
Motion to
equipment.
approve.
Second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Pose same sign. Thank you. Town manager report.
Well, let's see if I can butcher some more words here. Good evening. First and foremost, we received our tree RFPs. We received two. Received a bid from Hooters Tree Service. Lists were the same. It was apples to apples. We're looking at approximately 10 removals. I'm guessing on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next count. We've got some trimming projects, about 5 trims, 6 trims, and actually more than that, 9 trims. And we've got 4 stump removals. Hooters came in with a bid of $27,450 for the total job. We also received a bid from Ugly Truck Tree Service. That bid came in at $21,850. Speaking with Bob, the bid sheets were the same in terms of the proposals coming back, or not bid sheets, but proposal sheets coming back. The amounts were itemized within the sheets the same. He has confidence in Ugly Truck, and they are the lowest proposal. And I recommend to the council that we secure the services of Ugly Truck Tree Service for $21,850 to conduct our tree removal, trimming, and stump projects this year.
I'll make the motion to approve the lowest bid with Ugly Truck.
Mr. Morrow moves to approve the bid of Ugly Duck. Or
Correct.
I'll second.
Or ugly, whatever.
Ugly Truck Tree Service.
Okay. All those.
Did you get a second on it?
Dana seconded me.
Okay, seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Very good. I thank council for that. I'm also asking tonight of council's approval to authorize Mr. Clevenger for a signature response letter to a recent wastewater inspection that was conducted on May 1st, 2025. It addressed 6 different areas of concern. These concerns are mainly addressed in threefold. Number one, our continued seeking of a position out there for the assistant. The faster I move on that, the better. It seems like to provide some extra manpower for maintenance and lab work.
And most of the items that are listed are on ours.
That
Will
will
come through.
Number 2,
Yep.
our wastewater project is definitely on there. And the third thing is Ben. I want to thank Ben because he immediately responded to a lot of the items on there. He was able to satisfy items requests in there, and he needs some help out there. And so we're going to find that out, but I wanted to thank Ben as a resource. I'm authorizing or asking for the authorization of Mr. Clevenger tonight to sign the letter, if you would please.
I'll move to authorize Mr. Clevenger to sign the letter.
Mr. Coy moves to authorize me to sign the letter.
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Monroe. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Listening.
Thank you, council. I'll get this to you after the meeting.
Okay.
Sir. We've done the Hack Lab and the CYC. I have a letter tonight, excuse me, while I reorganize here. Somewhere in the midst of all this, there is a letter from Mr. Kaufman. Mr. J.D. Kaufman asked me to write this or read this tonight. I am J.D. Kaufman, residing at 641 Forest Place. Regarding the recent town conversations about the Academy Road Lakeshore Tree Massacre, as we're referring to it, it reminded me of a topic I meant to ask the town council about a few months ago. There is the restriction to be a resident of the town limits as a qualification for membership on the Tree Commission. To be clear, I would like to thank all present and past Culver Tree Commission members for their volunteer service, and in no way do I hold the Tree Commission or town council responsible for the tree massacre, given the fact that the work was authorized by NIPSCO to be on the record here. It is hard to fight a utility company's right of way, especially in a tiny town. That aside, I believe that small towns do not necessarily need to do what bigger cities do. But in this case, Culver might benefit by updating and expanding the Tree Commission to some way emulate Plymouth's admirable program. Plymouth calls it the Urban Forest and Flower Committee. And in addition to town residents, they have members who are tree, flower, and environmental experts in their field, but live outside the town limits. They bring a wealth of knowledge of tree species, invasives, plants, pollinator gardens, and so on. I respectfully request that the town council consider expanding the size of and opening the Tree Commission to include expert members who live outside the town limits. Sincerely and thank you, J.D. Castleman, 641 Forest Place. I'd like to offer a small response to Mr. Castleman's letter in that we have opened up membership to the Tree Commission outside the town limits, but we do require that you be a property owner inside the town limits. Also, to address Mr. Castleman's concerns, we are bringing in IU through the Tree Resilience Program. We're bringing in a fellow who's an expert in environmental. I'll be curious to see what she has to offer. We also want to engage our local community schools through this project, and that I've discussed that with her, and that's something that I think they're looking forward to. I'm coming up with public activities with this. So I appreciate Mr. Castleman. I also appreciate everybody who wrote in called in about what I will refer to as the tree pruning project rather than massacre. That was a NIPSCO based, but it shows that our community is concerned about the trees. Sometimes it comes out very decisively on Town County Lake, but they are concerned. And I do appreciate all the concern, and I did have some great dialogue with some people. So I want to thank Mr. Gossman for his letter. Some updates. Town manager's notes are now on the web. I put a blog site out there. I want to provide a format for things like the tree pruning and updates about what's going on in town, but I prefer to stay off the Town County Lake and Facebook. This is a blog site that you can go to our website, click a link, and it takes you there for a regular update. I find it to probably be more productive, not opening it up to public dialogue, and you can get the information without long strings of chat and responses that you have to wade through. I invite everybody to take a look at it. Give me comments about what you'd like to see there or how it can improve. Sunday was horrible weather, but we had the documentary coming in to shoot. They did a great job for the weather we were dealt. They were able to capture a lot of inner locations of businesses. We also went out to the housing building of the dunes and got some shots. Community school, coupled with the academy. They will be using some of our stellar film for cut up. It looks excellent, and looked at the rights. We're good to go. They loved what I showed them. They were really impressed with the production level of that. I'm looking forward. They're supposed to be getting back to me here in a week or two with some initial cuts, and I am happy. The interviews went great. I felt like the people in town really stepped up, especially on Lakeshore and Main Street. And I want to thank all the business owners and people who were there to welcome.
Phase 3 trail and the Cass Street project is coming along. We're looking to start that next week, is it?
We're gonna move to
Move
the
to
other,
the
we're gonna
next-
move to the other one. We're almost, base is almost in on this trail.
Yep.
It'll be get paved and we'll pick up, move over here mid next
If
week.
you haven't been out to look at it, it looks fantastic. It's gonna be a nice extension to the trail. Mowing season is upon us. I've taken a few rides around town. Just general reminder of anybody who's out there listening, which is no one, but we will be putting that out on manager's notes as well and reminding citizens and residents to keep up with that mowing. Trash pickup, 512. We suggest to be out by Sunday night unless you're an early riser before 5 o'clock in the morning on Monday. Put your trash out. They'll come around, extra trash and pick up. I want to remind people from Republic, there is no construction materials, paint or chemicals. That sort of material cannot be placed in this pickup round. So do not put that out there or it will be left and it will be the resident's responsibility to remove said trash. I think that is it for the minute. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Ms. Heim, your report.
I have a couple of claims over $2,500 for your approval. Alexander Chemical, 2,739.63, and that's for chemicals for the sewer plants. Indiana University, that's $3,200, and that's for our match on the tree grant. Mid-City Supply Company, $6,827.14, that's materials and supplies for the sewer. BS Engineering, $7,178.40, and that's for the Lakeshore Drive project engineering. And then finally, the Visitor Center, $7,500, and that's the first quarter payment for the town's.
Claims over 2,500. Mr. Mayor,
Second.
second by Mr. Shardy. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Abstain.
Okay, thank you.
I'll abstain as well.
Mr. Croy abstains. Ms. Monroe abstains. Anything else?
Yes. I had a visit from a representative from Global Life. It's one of these insurance companies that comes and tries to offer things to our employees at no cost to the town, other than your payroll clerk's time and getting all that set up and paying that bill to Global Life. He wanted to know if the town council would be interested in allowing, providing that benefit to our employees.
Health insurance, life insurance?
It's similar to like an Aflac life insurance program. That's
I guess if the employees are interested in hearing the information, would they have to come in for a seminar and? Or be
they would
helped by
meet
a sales
individually
rep?
with the salesperson.
I would survey the employees first.
I have a tendency to agree.
Yeah, if they would like to do that, that's okay, but.
Do they have a brochure we can look at?
No.
That's good.
I will survey the employees and we'll see if they're interested. Thank you. I can give him that answer tomorrow when he calls me. So second item or third item on my list, Kevin, Julie Cowell and I interviewed 2 people for the clerk position. We actually received 5 resumes. They looked good, but we found one that was exceptional and we would like to hire her. I don't want to give out her name right now because she's needs to give her current employer notice. So we don't want to put her in a tough spot. But she brings a lot of experience. That would be a great addition to the office and alleviate a lot of take care of some issues or some work that can allow Julie and I to concentrate on other things that we do. We did speak a while ago when we brought up this position as far as what the salary range was, and we didn't really set on that. But we'd like to come back and propose $18 to $20 an hour. And if you're okay with that, I will prepare the salary ordinance. That would need to be amended. I just need a commitment from you all that, comfortable with that hourly range. Because I don't want to offer it and then
to change it.
Yeah.
I would motion to authorize Karen to work within the range when making the offer and when updating the salary ordinance.
Who makes a motion? Is there a second? Second by Mr. Shardy. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Same sign.
Just 20 hours.
25 was
Yeah.
the job description, keep it at a minimum of 5 days a week, made it one. What we're projecting, and then on a need basis, we can adjust that.
There may be some times that we don't get to work a full day if Julie and I both happen to be out or we don't leave caffeine out in the office. It's not advisable. He does a good job on his own. He also has other things that he needs to be concentrating on. And answering to that. Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, under the dunes, I have a contractor's application for payment, which would be payout number 6, and this is in the amount of $139,736.91. This did come from Mark Sullivan, so it has been vetted through him. Which is our process to you all to approve, and this would come out of the red grant, and then they start all their motion. Searching. If I could have a motion to approve.
Make a motion to.
Mr. Shardy moves to approve the dunes invoice.
Second.
Second by Mr. Monroe. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Okay, report season is coming to an end until somebody comes up with another report that they need us to submit to the state, but the SLFR app report was submitted on April 29th, and I will provide a copy of that to you in a form that you can read other than what's on the screen. And then I just want to remind everyone that townwide cleanup is this weekend. And you can put your stuff out at the curb over the weekend, and Bob and his crew will be out to pick stuff up on Monday. Just don't leave tires or hazardous waste.
Correct. Right.
And it's the only day that Bob will pick up the junk. And that's all I have.
Thank you very much. Tankersley, your report.
It's been an interesting first month as your attorney. Which every board has a project going on. So I'm just getting caught up still. Got to see some department heads I still have to meet with. But just open that line of communication. I've got a lot to review in my inbox every week. You guys got a policy book going through. I'm starting to read that. And so there's a lot going on, but nothing new to report really. I met with the attorneys on the pending petition for judicial review, and nothing really is happening on that litigation. I think they're seeking potential mediation or resolution. So,
Thank you, sir. Council issues, Mr. Mayor.
Sir.
I don't have any. I do want to thank our emergency services while we're celebrating the work they do. Really appreciate you guys as we do the street department and the building department. And I was gonna say, I think that IU intern sitting on the tree commission would be, like, as a non-voting member would be a cool thing.
They'll be working.
Yeah, and maybe be able to then give us some recommendations and other expertise.
So we're here for like 4 months and then to 3 months at least.
Yeah, and congratulations on getting some help, Karen. It's long overdue. That's all I have.
Mr. Shardy.
I really don't have anything. We speak.
No, I looked at them.
Oh, okay.
I said
Good enough.
emergency services.
Yeah. Same thing.
Mr. Croy.
I just want to commend the partnership with the health department to get the Narcan box put in. Hopefully, we don't have to ever use that stuff, but in the event that we do, it's there, and maybe we need to paint it a different color or something so people can see it. I haven't been by there, so I have no idea where it's at, but if it's inconspicuous, maybe that's something good.
Anything else? That's it. I'd like to thank and commend the police department and the emergency services for their special weeks. Wish them well. And other than that, I have nothing. Take a motion for adjournment.
One more.
Oh, yes.
The Narcan thing, just, I have, there's a box outside of the health department. And when I was there, I grabbed a handful. And so we also have some in the beach lodge.
Great. Thank you.
I don't have a box. It's just on a shelf, but it's there.
Motion,
to adjourn.
Mr. Monroe moves to adjourn. Second by Mr. Hare. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.